Good morning everyone. Myself Dr. B.G. Bhavre, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, GM with the College of Science, Tala District, Raigad, affiliated to University of Mumbai. My today's topic is micro teaching on oceanography. I welcome you all this refresher course online in biological sciences, UGC HRDC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Basically, I am going to discuss on the oceanography of this micro teaching. So, the oceanography from ancient Greek words, that is okeanos or ocean, and that is graphy, it is a nothing but the writings. Also, it is known as the oceanology, that is marine water or the sea science, and ocean science is the scientific study of the oceans. It is an earth science which covers a wide range of the topics including the ecosystem dynamics, ocean currents, wave, temperature and pressure. So this known as the oceanography. So basically what is the oceanography? Oceanography is also called as the marine science, or it is also known as the sea waters or the oceanology, and it is the part of the earth science that studies the oceans, and the study of the oceans covers a variety of topics such as the marine ecosystem, current, waves, pressure and temperature. So if you are going to study in the oceans, there is a large ecosystem of the body such as the crustacea, pisces, coral reefs and other aquatic faunal biodiversity. It is one of the largest ecosystem, and these oceans are very large bodies of water that dominate the earth's surface, because you know that it is about 71% of the water occupied on the earth. So these oceans are very large bodies, and the oceans regions are separated into separate zone, that is intertidal, pelagic, abyssal and the benthic. So the intertidal zones means the between the high tide and low tide waters of the area is known as the intertidal zones, and the pelagic means the species of animals which are inhabiting into the surface level, that is known as the pelagic zones. And benthic zone is nothing but the animal which are having the inhabiting in the bottom levels of the intertidal area. So all four zones have a great diversity of this various species in the biodiversity, and some say that the ocean contains the richest diversity of species, even though it contains a fewer species than there are on the land surface. So the ecosystem of the marine, the oceans, it is one of the open oceans. If you are going to study the phytoplankton and the zooplanktons. Phytoplankton, it performs the important component is the photosynthesis. When the light penetration in the photic zones of the, see, definitely the phytoplankton is grow there. And this phytoplankton and zooplankton is an important source of the animals for the feeding. And the deep ocean is the dark and the cold, the temperature sometimes they are very cold. So in the photic and aphotic zones, there is important zones of the area which are the aphotic zones, that is about the 200 kilometers of the area they are occupied, and the very slightly number of this light penetration in that area. Photic zones, it is about the 50 meters of the area. It supports the decomposers, filter feeders, the threats and the pollution runoffs, the city waste of the overfishing, global warmings, and the United Nations of the Environment Program estimated in 2006 that every square mile of this ocean contains the 46,000 of the Pisces group of the animals and the floating plastic which are found in the marine ecosystem. In the oceanography, there is so many types of the oceanography. If you are going to study deeply in the micro teachings, that is physical oceanography, geographical oceanography, chemical oceanography and the biological oceanography. So we are discuss on these four important oceanography. The first is the physical oceanography. It is the study of the physical properties of sea water, dynamics properties of water, and along with the processes that control these properties. And this involves a balance of theory, field observation, experiments, and the modeling which are developed for the different type of the physical oceanography. And the geographical oceanography is the production and evolution of the sea floor, the transport that burial sedimentary materials like the physical and chemical conditions in the water columns, and the uh, common topics of this study is important for the geographical oceanography. And this geographical oceanography is mostly important for the study of the physical, chemical, and the biological study. So second one is the chemical oceanography. It is the study of the origin, composition of the sea water, relations between the chemical compounds, and uh, this compound, how it is affected the biological, geological, and the physical factors. So this chemical oceanography is also important for this marine water. Another one is the biological oceanography, is the study of the communities of the ocean, how the distribution, abundance, and life history of organisms are affected by the physical, chemical, and geological processes. So when we are study this chemical, physical, biological, geographical, and physical oceanography, then there is some importance of the oceans. Since beginning of the time, the oceans, they are study serve as a source of the food, fish, and the shellfish, and there are only great source of the food, but also for the fuels such as the currents, petroleum, natural gases, and the ocean plays important role in the water cycle, its current flows, and the climate of the many areas. The fun fact is the oceans contain nearly every element of the periodic table is present in the fun fact. And the ocean provide the 25% of the byproducts and 16% of the animals in the earth, which are consist of the protein constitute industrial development, threatened development, and the worldwide economy. So this is about the micro teaching of the oceanography. Thank you.